We all have magic within us. And when you do feel just right, and when you do now begin to feel very, very relaxed, so relaxed, perhaps more relaxed than you've ever felt before, you'll probably start to see a little glimpse here and there. So many, many pictures and sounds that are fleeting and fading away into the sunset of your subconscious self. A tiny angel living deep within a rose. You'll probably see the light, a white sun or a white rose. As you enter the realm of nothing and travel further through the air, you can see that all this stimulus will easily converse with the symbolic language of your very own subconscious mind. And if you keep listening, it will be the very deepest you will start to see all the most important things, like the 14 rays of the white sun. The sun who knows where you've come from and where you're going and how you will eventually return home. And it is you who'll make all the most important decisions as we journey down there right now. And you'll continue. You're the right age, before you were too young and after. Now, right now, it's just so easy to keep listening and become different. Keep listening and discover that my voice will go with you wherever your subconscious self wants to go in. You hear a soft bell, a soft little bell that sounds much like the blush of breeze. And you see a little white dog running, a little feather of fire floating, a white rose blooming. Hear my voice gently ringing through all your precious memories. Down, down through old things and new things. Down into deep, dull and hidden places. Faded memories, faded dreams. So many, many thoughts have faded and frozen solidly into the ice of your subconscious mind. Can you see the little rays of light? See the 14 rays that break apart the darkness and take you further down into... Perhaps it's becoming darker now that it's wand hearts, water hearts, sword hearts, gold hearts, fire doors, chalice doors, air doors, earth doors. It could be confusion. The last way that is the same as the first way, remember. The last worn-out white sun that knows everything in the bright yellow sky from the time before. What does it mean? What's in your bag? Yes, that's right. Continuously moving. Let's skip and trip right down into that cold lake and look up at the ice-capped mountains in the vivid yellow distance. Sceptre, chalice, sword, disc. You see the long darkness that opens in the precipice. You see down there in the... You have a notebook and you have a pen. Yes, that's right. And there are many ways to draw hearts with doors in them. Deepest wallows, where the glyph of the planet Pluto resides, cradled within an upward crescent. You've always known the way to seek. To know, yes, to know that you're becoming familiar with and getting to know much more now. Much more about the particular you will inherit. That live in the long luxurious feelings of drifting down there. And you're getting to know much more now about yourself and about the things that will eventually lead you directly and confidently towards getting to know what it is that you really need to do with the Sceptre, Chalice, Sword, Disc. Main pillars of your life. Because today, and it is the same now as it was in the past. Yes, that's right. It's exactly the same now as it was when everyone always needed to decide to. Use their mind to select and be correct. And sometimes the only way to select and always remain correct is to see in memory of me. Ways than one way. And once you have, you will inherit the 4 great kingdoms. And slowly but surely you'll go even deeper into, you will inherit the 4 great kingdoms. Peaceful, isn't it? So peaceful and so relaxing in none. Yes. That's right. 0's peaceful. 0's weightless. 0's so relaxing. Because 0's without form or feature. 0 is nothing. You have a notebook and you have a pen. Yes, that's right. And there are many ways to draw hearts with doors in them. In a velvet tunic, sprayed with gold and silver 8-pointed stars, you sing a different song and see a new heaven, snowing in decorated raiment. With your right hand, you lean heavily on your tall cross, a black staff entwined with serpents that you have always owned, have always carried. It has saved you from many a stumble, and worse. Somehow back then, the bag and black wand found you. Then a slippery road found its way underneath your boots, sometimes running, sometimes walking, the spirit of incarnation. Any pace, cold and hot, hot and warm and freezing, and the heart of heaven does not move. Nothing has come into life. All you have is your staff, your hat, and your bag. You've always carried things in your bag, though you have long since forgotten what they are, or why they belong to you. And you did have a feather in your hat, didn't you? Yes, you did have a feather somewhere in the cold, because a real red feather, even in darkness, has an unmistakably soft feathery feel. It was only a feather, wasn't it? Yes, it was. You used it to draw and write. Yes, that's right. Just the feeling of a soft feather. And the climb is very steep now. The wretched glacier is so close. You don't know where it begins and where your own nose ends. You lean heavily on your staff, staggering upward, blindly attempting to ascend the persistent body of ice that continuously moves and shifts under your weight. You lunge past a signpost that reads Royal Road. You narrowly miss slipping into a never-ending precipice. Twirling now, you feel your head whirl. Who can save you? Cracking ice. A blooming white rose. Seek. A swooning, sleeping sickness overtakes. Fool. Blind fool. Mystic fool. Where are you going? You keep going. Running a little now because the road seems less rocky here. Less hilly too. You've been moving uphill for a long time. And what is ahead? Ahead, yapping furiously, a little white dog appears from the distance and runs past a basque of crocodiles who are crawling out of a deep green precipice. The dog darts around your heels in circles, barking incessantly, desperately trying to warn you of the crocodile-infested precipice on which one of your booted feet now balance. Do you hear anything? Stepping blindly of pure darkness, of nothing, with no purpose or direction of step, no putting, only leaving. Only leaving. The random flight of a butterfly in 4 quadrants. Silence falls. Come to life. You are clever. You have your staff, your hat, and your bag. Walking in your sleep, you pass a magnificent marble column covered with hieroglyphs. What will you do in the realm of darkness? Below your feet are the crushed horns and skull of Taurus the bull. Pluto rules the underworld. Time becomes divided. Time ceases to exist. Circling Sirius is now long, long gone. Do you remember why you began your journey, or where you came from, or even who you are? Seek diligently for the light. The elements in your bag have not lost their power. They retain it within themselves. Forever. Eternity. For eternity. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? You came down from the holy city, where the fountains of the waters of life flow freely. You do just as you wish. I am THEHYPNOTIST. Earth has no power to restrain you. In the light before dawn, you are invisible. And now something, a spark, glowing? Can you see something? Something above you, a light. 14 rays of white light. Royal Road? Home? Enveloped by light, 4 great kingdoms appear where the round edge of the sun touches the earth. An unexpected vision appears. 3 red solar discs, a circle, and a wreath woven from lightning. Rainbows whirl from above to below in blinding brilliance with maximum velocity. Believing in the impossible and the beautiful, you see flickering colours coming from your bag. Only the spirit endures. Seek diligently for the light and lean heavily upon my arm, upon your staff. You sit bolt upright on the ice, feeling desperately, feeling for your... You spin around on knotted knees, grovelling for the glow, searching for the ever-changing weight of your heavy bag, your light bag, the bag that hangs. It hangs on the end of your staff. You find it, and for the first time you upend it, tinkling and jingling shapes, somehow filled with music, fall out onto the ice. 4 magic symbols. A sceptre of fire bows before you, and cylinders of gold transform into the immortal rising sun. Sceptre of Fire. Revealing the continuous splendour of elemental force, mighty waters surge into a richly worked silver chalice. Richly worked silver chalice. Faster than a shooting star, a bright silver sabre opens the will of heaven. Strong bladed sword. Always beautiful. Woodland clover and filigree verdigris blossom into a golden disc of interlacing birds and animals. Disc of interlacing birds and animals. And snow-white sun in mustard sky never goes away. And you started all this in a velvet tunic, sprayed with gold and silver 8-pointed stars, tall boots of patent red, and now, anchored in frostbite, wedded to the merciless face of the ice. Crystalline dragons peer keenly at your stationary body, grinning. The open jaws of the underworld wait patiently for you to swoon. Wait for your sleeping sickness to redouble before they advance. Hollow eyes sparkle with mirrored reflections of cascading snow slides, tumbling into infinity. Creatures of the underworld move forward, united. Only the spirit endures. Seek diligently for the light and lean heavily upon my arm, upon your staff. If only you could open your eyes, you could read the signs and symbols. You could read and interpret the hieroglyphs, and they could show you the way to the royal road, the way home. You look up, up, up into the vivid yellow distance, and suddenly, for the first time, you can see words written in 14 rays of white light. The words are the Royal Road. You've heard of the Royal Road, haven't you? You've definitely seen or heard about the Royal Road in your travels. Perhaps in the past, before you wandered so far away from home. You reach out to pick up one of the 4 magic symbols. The world is transformed to comply with your expectations. And now the time has come for you to open your eyes. And now the time has come for you to play the game.
The hypnotist.
Will you choose
The hypnotist.
the Sceptre of Fire,
The hypnotist.
the richly worked silver chalice, the strong-bladed sword, or the disc of interlacing birds and animals? Write down your choice and return whenever you like. Or continue right now, because the Royal Road is waiting. What's at